Over the past 3 weeks at this desk, I've had numerous discussions with politicians and panellists about the incredible backlash piled on the Prime Minister over his leadership during these bushfires. And the deeper we delve into that and really honestly look at what a Prime Minister's role is when states take charge of disasters and how he intervened to create the largest multinational military operation ever deployed for a disaster in this country, the more I am convinced that this anger is not about bushfire leadership at all. No one can possibly mount an argument against Scott Morrison's monumental efforts since he cut his family holiday short. You just don't cop that amount of nasty, widespread criticism for taking a 4-day trip with family or having an awkward handshake at Cobargo. Minister Matt Canavan and Michael Kroger got it right on the program last night.
The real issue we've got is that some of the people out there who claim to be very concerned about climate change and want to reduce carbon emissions, their actual goal is not to do that. Their actual goal is to upend society, to in some senses, move away from capitalism, to take down power structures in their view. And so their policy prescriptions aren't actually about reducing carbon emissions, they're about these radical, massive changes to our economy.
And the leaders of Extinction Rebellion from the hard left have basically made it clear to an unsuspecting public, but that essentially this is about deindustrialising the West. That's essentially what this is about. And, coming from these extreme left groups, they love, as they have since, the 1970s, jumping on this bandwagon, and that's what they're doing now.
They were both spot on, and I think this pile-on has been a combination of two things. One, many people not understanding climate science and thinking Australia can change the weather by stopping man-made CO2. If we stopped it all, we could not make a difference to the temperature, and we are adhering to our UN obligations. And secondly, how about I give an Extinction Rebellion organiser the chance to explain what it's all about?
This country is to coal what Saudi Arabia is to oil. It is our deepest shame. It is our biggest export. We overtook Qatar just this year as the biggest exporter of natural gas. This is a disgrace, and there's one reason behind it: capitalism. A profit-driven system that puts profit above the needs of ordinary people, above the needs of the planet, above the needs of the billion animals that have burned in this bushfire crisis.
Profit above ordinary people. Doesn't profit allow entrepreneurs and business to give others jobs? You see, this is what these politicised bushfires have been all about from the get-go, bringing down greedy capitalism. Not about a PM who did his best and then some. And just look at the groups supporting their rallies. Every socialist organisation ever formed in this country. And if you're wondering what this Extinction mob are up to next, well, I can tell you they're using the firegrounds next as their platform for protest. Now, I received a few cryptic social media messages myself, which indicate that the next stop is in the Albury-Wodonga area, where they'll be back using their glue to attach themselves to Environment Minister Susan Lee's office, and then to the bushfire-affected communities to link the devastation to climate change, no longer in the middle of Collins Street or George Street. I've got a strong sense, though, that Australians now grieving their losses are likely to give this sort of strategy short shrift. Maybe even shorter shrift than the snubbing Bob Brown copped when he took his mob of inner-city greenies into rural areas of central Queensland. I look forward to seeing the reception. But let's not be fooled by ill-informed socialists who are using climate change to bring down a Conservative government.